Okay, so membership in the National Honor Society is one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a high school student. Chapters in more than 20,000 high schools across the nation strive to give practical meaning to the Society's goals of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. New members must complete 10 hours of service, and returning members are required to complete 20 hours of service. Together this year, our members of National Honor Society have performed over 418 hours of community service. Some of these activities included assisting with the Tiny Tigers basketball camp, assisting with the Thanksgiving dinner at Hamilton Street Baptist Church, helping with concession stands, and those kinds of things. So, as I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate and your service pin. Taylor Garlock with 11 hours. Bevan March with 11.79 hours. Alexa Borgmeyer with 20 hours. Carson Irvin with 20 hours. Brett Whitlow with 21.5 hours. Haley McNamar with 22 hours. Paige Stutzman with 23 hours. Avery Zintz, 24 hours. Aubrey Borgmeyer, 24 hours. Landon Fisher, 24 and a half hours. Dayton White, 26 and a half hours. Ashton Ray, 31 hours. Lacey Fisher, 34 hours. Cassidy Altine, 40 and a half. Wesley McGinnis, 41 hours. And each year we also honor the student with the most service hours with an all-around service award, and this year's winner is Mackenzie Baker. And now,
it has been an honor and a privilege to be the music teacher these last 2 years. And I will miss these students desperately because you have in front of you some of the best kids in the world. Amen? Amen. to each student. Avery Smith. Caden Taylor. Noah Shannon. Caden Hedinger. Caden McMahon. Elise Salter. Kennedy Gray. Emily Youngman. Landon Fisher. Wesley McGinnis. Lacey Fisher. Anna Van Sickle. Mackenzie Baker. Those students who participated in the Truman State University Homecoming Parade Honor Band were Landon Fisher, Mackenzie Baker, Lee McGinnis, Lacey Fisher, Van Sickle, Noah Shannon, Caden Taylor, Avery Smith. The following students also participated in the Truman State University Honor Band. That would be Caden Taylor, Noah Shannon, and Landon Fisher. Not surprising, we learned that Landon Fisher also has a beautiful voice, as he participated in the NEMMEA District Choir. The following students participated in the Tri-County Conference Band, with Landon Fisher earning first chair. Noah Shannon and Caden Taylor. The District Music Festival earned Noah Shannon a second place silver with his saxophone solo. Landon Fisher with a first place in his saxophone solo. And first place in his vocal solo.
We ended our season 15-8 with a conference record of 7-1, second place in the conference, with our only loss coming early in the season to a play of 2-1. We got the year started with a midnight practice, and just so you know, I'm not a big fan of that. It was nice to meet the heat. It is something we let the players vote on, and the captains and everybody that decided to have it, so we did. A week later, I finally recuperated and we started practicing. But our games got started. We started off with the Brashear cluster. Alexa Borgmeyer had a very strong opening game against Houghton, striking out 19 batters.
Amen.
So, girls worked hard. I'm going to go through and kind of give you my best memory of each player, and then I'll have awards at the end. I'm going to start out with the freshmen. I'll start out with Maddie Moots. Maddie got her rookie strike ripped off over the second game. She got in, pitched against Scotland County. Got her first inning, threw the ball well, and even got her first freshman strikeout. Also ripping off the rookie stripes pretty early in the year was McNamar and Heidi Lay. It's nice, but when all the players work hard and they take that, what they've done in practice and move it to the games, it makes the coach very proud. And I'll use Marissa first. We worked diligently on taking angles, keeping the arm down, and trying to catch the fly ball. She was playing second base, first batter hit it that way. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. Just like we practiced. Didn't have a clue, just reached up, had it, just like we practiced. That makes the coaches proud that they're listening and following through. So that was Marissa. Heidi, one of the games I remember most, she improved tremendously as the year went on. We bumped her up the lineup a couple times. But we were at Grundy County, I believe we were playing, and she was out in right field. And the very first batter come up and just hit a frozen one hopper right to her. She come up on stride to the girl out first base, just like we practiced. And I was like, oh, there's one run they're not going to get, because the fence was like 300 feet behind. They didn't put up a softball fence like we do, so that ball rode forever. So I don't know if she made that play because she wanted to make a great player, because she didn't run the extra 200 feet to go get the ball. That was a nice job. Next, we'll go to our sophomores. I'll start with Lana Banquet. Lana answered the call several times this year to pinch hit. I remember a game, it was a tight game. They walked the batter in front of the batter and put her into pinch hit. She delivered with a 2 RBI double right over the shortstop's head. Now, one thing I did kind of make me scared is she earned the nickname Pete. For all you guys that don't know Pete Rose, he went sliding head first. So I'm sure it made Mom and Dad nervous, and I know it made me nervous, but I'm glad she did it, so she was safe. Next sophomore is Cassidy Altai. Cassidy was thrown into an unfavorable territory due to injuries to both Alexa and Maddie at the La Plata tournament. Cassidy was asked to throw all 3 games against a pretty tough competition. After taking a shot to the stomach and to the leg, she continued to show heart and courage and stayed in there and threw strikes and helped the team compete through the rest of the tournament. So thank you, Cassidy. Our next pair of sophomores is the dynamic duo of Paige Stutzman and Taylor Carter. These 2 girls pulled off probably one of the biggest plays offensively of the year for us. We always work on base running and protecting the plate with 2 outs and 2 strikes. We're playing Atlanta in a 0-0 game, 2 outs, Paige gets a single. So with 2 strikes, there's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. I remember that. I don't know if nobody's going to know any difference, I'm going to say that. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, she laces a single. Taylor comes up with 1 ball and 2 strikes and hits a ball, a blooper, over the first baseman's head right in front of the right fielder coming in. And with the speed that Paige had, she took off on the contact, and Taylor, and all you see was dust. She was just a flying down first base. Well, the ball spins and goes away from the right fielder, and old Paige, she just chugs right on in all the way from first base and scores. The importance of this message is 2 strikes were protected, 2 outs were running. The final score of that ball game was 1-0. So that was a very good offensive. Next up are our juniors. Aubrey Borgmeyer. Aubrey improved each game this year on strength and accuracy throughout the year. We worked on a couple different defensive strategies and actually put them in play with our runners on first and third at Lynn County. Now, as a coach, you work on a lot of stuff and you probably maybe use 90% of it. Well, we were in a situation with Lynn County was trying to get some momentum, had runners on first and third early in the game, and I called Black 50. So everybody looks at their wristbands. I thought they were checking the time, but I forgot we had our plays on the wristbands. And they all looked, and at the same time, they all looked over at me like, are you crazy or what? Because as a wee little person on first and third, nobody ever throws. Well, our play was to throw her out at second base. She threw a frozen rope at the bag. I don't think Paige had to move her glove, and the gal slid right into it. It caught the other team so off guard that the girl on third wasn't even trying to score on the throw. So, and we did it again against Clark County, where we called up Black 51, which is thrown into third instead of second. The girl from Clark County was 2 steps off the bag, and she never even turned to go back. She could just caught her off guard. So, we're going to keep doing that. Yeah. My next junior is Lacey the Fish Fisher. Lacey has become one of, if not the best, defensive first baseman in the area. She does not take any plays off, giving 110% on every play and every at bat. But what sticks out a little bit this year was we worked on her batting a little bit toward the end of the year. And the offensive output that she went on the last 3 games before district, she went 7 for 9, gaining some power, and all we did was just change our stance and our approach. So just remember that who you go up against, and just keep doing it. Yeah. Our next junior is Alexa Borgmeyer. There's so many stay healthy. We need to keep her healthy. She sets the tone. She has worked on her changeup, another change of speeds on different pitches, and now developing another curveball. She really worked on her location with 2 strikes and ended the year with 143 strikeouts in 76 and 2/3 innings. But more impressive, she only walked 7 batters. Next, our seniors. Mackenzie Baker. One thing we work diligently on that I get a lot of frowns and moans and groans is bunting. Matt came up with a runner on second, no one out, and I give her the bunt sign. Of course, she stepped out like, "Are you crazy?" Looked down and said, "No, we're bunting." She laid down a perfect bunt. I'm like, man, I should have been doing this more this year. She beat it out even at first base. Both runners scored that inning in a 5-2 ball game, so it's just big. But thanks for working so hard on the bunting and executing our plans. Our next senior is Haley McNamar, McNamar, Houghton. I don't know if they got her in the markers. She may have pulled off one of the smartest plays we had this year, and of all games it was in our districts. And a lot of people don't even know what happened. With Lacey Fisher on first in a scoreless game against Schuyler County, Haley hit a gapper. Lacey's heading to third. Haley rounds first, going to second. I see the plays coming into second. I send Lacey home. So instead of Schuyler throwing the ball home, Haley was heading to second base. Now, whether she thought, hey, I better stop to go throw her out, or like, I'm a dead duck, I'm just stopping. I think she said, I'm going to stop so Lacey can go home. Is that right, Haley? Well, regardless of what it was, she knew that she caused the fielder to get confused, allowing Lacey to score. And it was a huge momentum giver for us and taking the lead at 1-0 in a very tight early ball game. She was, however, over the season on our heads or tails calls. We were the visitors every time. One team felt so bad for us that Haley actually lost the toss, but the other team decided to be visitors just so Haley would feel better. Now I'm going to go ahead and give them their awards. That's what they're here for. They're tired of coaching embarrassment. So the first thing I guess we'll do is I'm going to give the all-conference, if I got everything in order here. We had some all-conference honors. First team all-conference, Alexa Borgmeyer. Lacey Fisher. Second team all-conference, Aubrey Borgmeyer. Okay, we'll move on to the all-district team. All-district first team, Lacey Fisher. Aubrey Borgmeyer. McNamar. Alexa Borgmeyer. Second team all-district, Cassidy Houghton. Second team all-region pitcher, Alexa Borgmeyer. Second team infield all-region, Lacey Fisher. Now, another award that makes a coach very proud is the Academic All-State Award. This award, our whole team earned the All-State status of having a team GPA of 3.615. All players that earned above a GPA of 3.7 or over plaque. I've also had the team sign a team all-state certificate that will be framed and presented to Mr. Brummett to put in the trophy case as our all-state academic team. Those receiving the all-state academic awards are Maddie Moots, Heidi Lay, Aubrey Boardmeyer, Lacey Fisher, Landon can help me with carries, and Alexa Boardmeyer. Next, I have some team awards I'm going to share. We're going to give a Silver Slugger Award. This award's going to go to our leading hitter. With an average of 469 this year, our Silver Slugger goes to Haley McNamar. Our next award is our Golden Glove Award, or Defensive Award. Well, we didn't keep a lot of defensive stats, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to our backstop, because back there sitting now like she's in a Dunkin' dummy out there catching Alexa with those hard pitches. I'm going to give the Golden Glove Award to Aubrey Boardmeyer. Next is the Hawkeye Award. This award's going to go to the player that had the least amount of strikeouts and the most amount of walks. And this year's Hawkeye Award, with 9 walks and 9 strikeouts, is Paige Stutzman. Next award, I named it the Heart and Hustle. I guess I didn't name it. This is one they had last year. This award is going to go to the player that always gives 110%, never takes a play off, and makes all the players around her play better. This award this year goes to Lacey Fisher. Our next award will be the Team Glue Award. Now, I actually had this name before the Hawkeye women's basketball team put a glue award in, so they copied me, not me copying them. This year, it's going to go to a player that plays about every position except catcher yet, and has had to step in to keep us together. She also keeps the players accountable and is also a good mediator between the coach and the other players. This year's Team Glue Award goes to Cassidy Alpine. Our next award is our Most Improved Player Award. Throughout the year, this gal improved both defensively and offensively. She really stood out when she come up to a bat toward the end of the year. She did a lot of hustle, a lot of great plays. This year's Most Improved Player is Heidi Lay. Our MVP this year will go to Alexa Boardmeyer. Nothing was more evident of this than the game she missed to injury. We play with a different swagger and an attitude, but she's on the mound, worrying every ball game, and she's on the gills. Our most valuable player is Alexa. I also have patches I will give you with your certificates. I know that's what you're all want. The juggler up here. I also have all the pins. So with Haley McNamar and Paige Stutzman, these are their bars that they earned. Freshmen, you will earn a bar and shade Well, he got him. Cast the all-time, Mackenzie Baker. Aubrey Borgmeyer, line of it, ran second. Alexa Borgmeyer. Taylor Darwell. Marissa McNamar. Maddie Boots. Heidi Lake. Now, the matches that they earned for all-conference first team, Alexa and Lacey. Second team, Aubrey Borgmeyer. All-district first team, Alexa, Aubrey, Lacey, and Hagley. Second team all-district, Cassidy All-Time. All-region, second team, Lacey and Alexa. Now our academic all-state patches. Maddie Moots. Maddie Lang. Aubrey Borgmeyer. As I hope you can tell, I'm proud of all these girls. I wish nothing but the best to our outgoing seniors, and I look forward to getting back on the diamond and competing again next year with the nucleus that we have and the newcomers we got coming up. Let's go, Tigers. Up next, Jacob Blythe, baseball.
Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to all the parents, to the Brashear Booster Club, Mr. Moore, Mr. Drummond, Coach Followill, Coach Boyne, and countless others that have helped support our baseball program throughout the fall and spring. At this time, as I call your name, can you please come up here? Freshman, Caden Atterbury. Cole Irwin. Riley Holt. Jacob Love. Caden Taylor. Sophomores, John Higgins. Riley Whitlow. Juniors, Carson Irwin. Jake Holcomb. Clancy Nettle. Ashton Ray. Jack Reeves. Rhett Whitlow. Seniors, Alex Houghton. Lucas Keller. And Avery Zenz. These young men that stand up here tonight have worked hard to reach their goals both in the fall and spring, for some all year round. Each player has had their role and played an impact on the success that we have had as a team. We finished our fall season 5-7 with a conference record of 5-3. We finished 4th in conference, matching our previous year's placement. At this time, I'd like to recognize the achievements of our players during the fall season. This fall, we had 3 all-conference recognitions. First team all-conference, Carson Irwin. Second team all-conference, Jack Reeves. Second team all-conference, John Higgins. We just wrapped up this spring and we finished our regular season with a record of 5-8. The following rewards will represent a combination of both fall and spring seasons and the feats in which they have accomplished. The first award given tonight is a new award. If you have come to our games and looked in our dugout, you may have noticed that all the players are doing something, even if they're not on the field. This is to keep everyone engaged in learning, and on some of the boards we have 2 charts, and we keep track of. We have a quality at bat chart and a base running hustle chart. There are different things that you can do during the game on each of these charts that can award you a point. And at the end of the games, and now at the end of the season, we have tallied the points. The neat thing is the neat thing with this is you don't have to necessarily be the fastest player or the best hitter. It awards the person who has a smart approach in the batter's box and has smart base running. I would like to mention that it came down to the very last game and to decide a winner, and there was only 1 point that separated the 2 players. Without further ado, with 84 points, the quality at-bat and hustle award goes to Carson Irwin. However, we do not have an award for a runner-up on the QAB Hustle Award. I'd like to point out that Jack Reeves finished with 83 points. And he led our leaderboard the entire season until the last game. The next award for tonight is the Tiger Award. Every year this award is given to the student athlete who represents our baseball program in the utmost way, on and off of the field, with their leadership, dedication, and academics. This decision was tough to make because we have multiple deserving athletes that have demonstrated those qualities that this award represents. When it came down to it, this student athlete has had straight A's this entire semester. This person has not missed a single practice or game of this spring season, and this person has been a role model for all players and has been a voice of leadership of late. The Tiger Award goes to Rhett Whitlam. Next up, our Gold Glove Award. This award is given to the player who has had a defining impact in our defense. The person that is receiving this award has been a stable and reliable defender. This year he has been put in some positions that he may not have been used to, but he has been able to take that challenge head on, and we needed him to. This person has been the rock of our outfield with a fielding percentage of .913, so the Golden Glove Award goes to Avery Zins. The Rookie of the Year Award is an award that is dedicated to awarding a student athlete that has had a positive impact on our varsity program. This could be a freshman or any other player that has moved up to have a positive impact on our success. This year, one person has stood out the most when having an immediate impact and contributing to our team's success. This person leads our team with the fewest strikeouts on our team. He leads us in 2-out RBIs with a total of 7. And with his limited time behind the plate, he leads us with 5 runners thrown out. The Rookie of the Year Award goes to Cole Irwin. Next, our most improved player of the year award is to recognize a player who has shown consistent improvement in practices and or games. This is another one of those awards that was a tough decision to make. There were multiple athletes' names that stood out when talking about their improvement. When thinking about this award, I don't look at stats generally. I look back to think about who stood out the most from the beginning to now, and who has shown improvement in skill and in knowledge of the game, and who is consistently making the attempt to do the little details right every time. From this fall season to the spring season, this award goes to Caden Taylor. The Silver Slugger Award is an award that recognizes the player who has contributed the most to our team offensively. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I've struggled making these decisions for the majority of these awards just because we've had multiple athletes deserving these awards, which competitively has been a good problem for us. We have 3 players who have batted over 300 and with an on-base percentage above 400. And it's been close enough in those categories that maybe 3 or 4 at-bats could change everything in where they have placed. Therefore, I've decided to look at it in a way of who has contributed offensively the most to our success as a team. So this person has led us in OPS with 1.148, slugging percentage with 0.695, a total of 29 hits, 26 RBIs, 31 runs, and 12 stolen bases, and a contact percentage of 83.57% and 14 extra base hits, and a total of 55 bases. So the Silver Slugger Award goes to Carson Irwin. The Cy Young Award is an award to recognize a player who has done the most to contribute to our team's success due to their pitching. I knew from the beginning that this person could make a big difference for us on the mound, and sometimes locating our pitches has been a concern. But he has done a fabulous job for us here recently. This person is tied for the most games started with 8, leads us with 4 wins, 2 saves, 67 strikeouts. Leadoff hitters resulting in an out are 26, 0 walk innings with 15 innings, strikeouts per walk ratio of 1.792, and holding opponents' batting average with runners in scoring position to a mere .104. This person has pitched 39 1/3 innings with a 2.868 ERA. Our future is bright with our Cy Young Award, Cole Irwin. Before we move on to our last award, I'd like to take a moment to recognize a player for the contribution in pitching innings when we have needed him to. Though I do not have an award for him tonight, Alex Houghton has pitched 9 1/3 innings this year, giving up only 1 earned run and posted an ERA of 0.389. In other words, when he has pitched, the other team has less than a 40% chance of scoring 1 run, not contributed to errors. Our last award tonight is to be given to our Most Valuable Player Award. This award is to represent the player who has helped us succeed in all aspects of the game. When deciding other awards tonight, this person's name came up multiple times. This person has been emotionally invested in winning all year, and he has strove to be a leader and help others around him. He leads our team in batting average of 0.385, with total walks of 14, number of quality at bats 48, hard hit balls of 20, batting average with balls put in play of 481, batting average with runners in scoring position of 414, and the least amount of runners left on base while he has been batting. He leads us in innings pitched with 41 2/3. He is tied with the game started on the mound and leads us with 53 runners left on base while pitching. And then also, he is either second or tied for second in 14 other statistical categories I will not go into. So your 2022 and 2023 baseball MVP is Jack Reeves. Before we sit down, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our seniors. The work and dedication that you have is something that our baseball program will always be thankful for. I have had the privilege to be around these seniors their entire high school careers and more with some of them. Alex, I remember you running down to the field after school when you were in elementary school to watch our practices. I know that there have been challenges along the way, but I'm glad that you've been able to find enjoyment in baseball again. Lucas, one thing I'd like to tell you is for you to always remember to not give up on yourself, and you are always capable of whatever you believe in. Avery, something that I'm proud of for you is that I may have not told you this enough, but is your ability to know when it is time to take things seriously. And I've never had to worry because I knew that you were trying your hardest and you were doing something. Let's give a round of applause for our seniors. Lastly, I would like to invite everyone to come watch us tomorrow in the Plata versus, we're playing Atlanta starting at 4 p.m. It is our first round of districts. We have had a string of road bumps and challenges along the way this spring, but I'm confident in this group of athletes and what they're capable of doing. So let's try to fill the bleachers with black and orange tomorrow.
Brashear's history. We've had strong teams for many, many years. And with that, when Mission decided that 9th grade was going to be included with varsity, my heart sank. All I had were 8th graders going to be 9th graders on my team. I now didn't have a team. I was very concerned that Brashear would no longer be that threat to the other teams. Because when we walk into a building, the other teams are like, oh no, it's Brashear. And having a huge following with us. Thank you to all the parents who support and follow us to the Nerd Bowl games. Lucky for me, I had 5 brave souls who decided to try their hand at Academic Bowl. They had never touched a buzzer or competed academically before, so we practiced during lunch and headed to a tournament of the minds at Knox County. I warned them when we went there that we'd be playing against teams who were much more experienced than we were, much older than we were, and had lots more knowledge than what we would have. But it was a good time for us to just practice, because we were going to compete 16 different times that day. We practiced, we did it, we went there. The kids were sure that we were going to go home after lunch, but we didn't. We stuck it out, and we played until the afternoon. We didn't bring home any hardware that day, but we brought home a lot more than that. We knew we could do it. We made it through to the afternoon, and they could use their brains and win stuff, although we didn't bring any hardware home, which upsets them every time. So we went on to conference play, continued to practice during lunch for 20 minutes, and during conference, I reminded them that we were going to be going against, again, much older teams, much more experienced teams, and that was fine, because eventually we would be those teams as well. So we did well in conference. We played through. We didn't end up as seated as high for conference play as we'd like, but we weren't last. And so we went off to conference match. Again, my 5 were sure that we were going home after lunch, but again, we survived and played on into the afternoon. Again, we didn't get to bring home that conference trophy that does belong here in the halls of Brashear. If you don't know,
Brashear has more spots taken with our wins on that trophy than any other school in the district. So we didn't bring that trophy home, but we have a goal to bring it home very, very soon. I'd like to introduce you to my 5 brave souls who decided to compete with me this year, and I hope they will again compete with me next year. And perhaps I'll have some 6th graders who will be willing to, new 6th graders who will be willing to try it as well. So as I call your name, please come up to receive your pins. Our only 6th grader, Braden Peterson. I also have something for appreciation. Gus Snow. Kate McNamar. Emily Youngman. And our MVP for this year, Kaden Henninger. So that is my junior high team. I hope they continue on with them again next year. Kaden Henninger had the highest correct answers for the entire season. Gus came very close, but Kaden beat him out by 3 questions. And now for varsity academic bowl.
We rolled into conference play, and we didn't really have much competition in conference play. Really, we went 8-0. We won the conference championship. Went into the tournament, won 4 games there. Brought the trophy back. That trophy, the shoes on there would have been able to. About 3 weeks later, and we did pretty good. We won the first 4 games, and we had to play North Shelby. If you know anything about North Shelby academic goals, they're hard to beat, and we didn't. They beat us. But they went on and won state. So the only game we lost all year was the St. Shannon team. But we got it. Parents and everybody came out and supported us all year. Thank the District Cup for the patches they have, Tri-County Conference champion patches for each one. And I want to thank everybody that helped us with our 2 home matches this year. Sometimes we only have 1. It takes a lot of people to set up and get those things, workers. I appreciate all those that did that. So, here's their team, Kaden Taylor. Lacey Fisher. Ashton Ray. Avery Six. Wesley McGinnis. he gets a plaque for that. Badge for conference scoring and champion. It's not any surprise, but he is also our MVP for the year. We'll miss the seniors, but we're going to keep going next year with the next group. So, thanks.
So this season was a first for a lot of our junior high athletes, as I'm sure you've noticed, and you will see that theme continue. Cheer was no exception. I had a squad of first-time cheerleaders for the bulk of the season. Thankfully, we had some veteran help in the preseason. I'm very proud of my girls for their boldness and trying something new that isn't easy at any age. Their confidence grew with each game, and I'm very proud of how well they performed this year. I appreciate each and every one of them. At this time, I would like to recognize each of them. I want to start by thanking Ava Salter for sharing her knowledge from last year. It really helped get the squad off to a great start. Brooklyn Sizemore, she may have been the hardest to fit into a uniform, but she always had a kind and positive words for our squad. Madison Youngman, I'm proud of her for trying something new. She definitely added some snap, crackle, and pop to the squad. Madison Mayfield. Yes. I think you might have enjoyed cheerleading a little bit more than you thought you would, and you always brought some pep to the games and practices. Emily Youngman was our cheer captain. She helped hold the squad together at games and showed great leadership throughout the season. She went the extra mile to learn new cheers, really old cheers, and grow her knowledge. She always gave 100%. I'd like to end by thanking all the parents for all of your help in getting the kids to all getting them the little extras that they need to be able to compete or cheer, and getting them to school for morning, picking them up for afternoon practices. None of these activities would be possible without parent support. And finally, I'd like to thank the girls for a great season, and I look forward to coaching them all next year. Up next, we have Kelly Baker for varsity cheer.
I had two parents from Madison schools stop me at the homecoming basketball game, and they told me they were so impressed with our school spirit. They wished that their school could have that. So I want to thank the girls for showing great school spirit, sportsmanship this season, getting the crowd hyped, and always supporting the players. We had 7 girls cheer this year. Could you girls please come forward? They are freshman Taylor Houghton, freshman Kaylee Troyer, squad. So we are going to miss all 3 of our seniors, and we wish them the best, but we have more girls moving up, so this is good.
Hi, everybody. It was my privilege to coach the junior high girls basketball team this year. I want to go ahead and bring the girls up. My 8th graders were Lily McKim and Ava Salter. My 7th graders were Kennedy Gray, Elise Salter, Emily Youngman, Aubrey Newland. Sorry, I messed that up. Emily Youngman, Kennedy Gray, and Elise Salter. And then my 6th graders were Aubrey Newland, Madison Youngman, Audrey Irwin, and Maddie Mayfield. I would also like for our 2 managers, Maya Huffman and Adrian Irwin, to come up. I would like to thank these 2 for all the hard work they put in for our team. Maya and Adrian were a huge help during the season, and I really appreciated having them around. They did an excellent job helping our girls with everything they needed and assisting Coach Huffman and I during practices and games. I'm really looking forward to having these 2 on the court. Our record for the season was 3-9. Although our record was not great, the progress that these girls made this season was outstanding. The Atlanta tournament showed that our girls had improved tremendously. We had to play a tough team our first round and ended up losing to La Plata. The next round we were able to beat Novinger for the 2nd time to land us a spot to play in the consolation game. For those of you who don't know, my sister is the coach at Novinger, so beating them gave me great bragging rights at Thanksgiving dinner. So I definitely owe my girls a big thank you for that one. In the consolation game, we were matched up with Brashear, who we had previously lost to by 1 point earlier in the season. This time we came out on top as we beat them 37-19. During this game, Kennedy really stepped up for us as she scored 25 points. This was a huge success for not only her, but also her teammates who were able to see her and get her the ball to put her in a position to score. This group of girls has so much talent, and I see potential in every single one of them. We are an extremely young team, as only 2 of our 9 girls will move up to the high school level. I am extremely excited to watch them grow as they start their high school career, and I am also excited to see what the rest of the girls can accomplish next year during the junior high season. I want to say thank you to all the parents for the time that they devoted to the season for our team, whether it was getting kids to morning practices, coming to the games, or packing snacks for our girls. I really appreciate all of the support that was given. I also owe a huge thank you to my assistant coach, Sarah Huffman. She was a great assistant and assisted in so many ways. Even though she always joked around telling me she was just there for the popcorn, she did a great job helping me sub girls in and making adjustments as needed. I'm so glad that I had this opportunity of girls to teach, but also learn from this year. I'm so excited to continue to watch these girls strive for excellence in whatever they do in the next several years of their time at Brashear. I'm so grateful to be part of such an excellent community with great kids. Thank you.
Anybody got a step I can stand on? Wow, what a great group of kids we have in our school district. We give everybody one more round of applause. I want to start this evening with some thank yous. First off, for my husband Kevin. He is the state's best assistant to the head coach. It is not a paid position. He is supportive, encouraging, and level-headed. I'm thankful we are in this together. Oliver, Brooks, and Meredith, even though Brooks, you're the only one here tonight. Thank you for sharing me with all of these people. I know that it's a sacrifice, but you have gained a whole other family through basketball in Brashear. I love you deeply, and I am thankful to know you are always my #1 fans. To my mom, who has been and always will be my biggest cheerleader, you always know what to say, do, and when to just listen. I appreciate being able to call you and share in all that we do. And then to my in-laws, Mike and Ruthie, thank you for celebrating and supporting our programs here at Brashear and the entirety of my coaching. Your unconditional support and help is undeniable, and I thank you both. I want to thank the Brashear Schools faculty and staff, all of the coaches sitting up here tonight. Our program, our girls appreciate you supporting our program and our kids, and all that means, and all that you means a great deal to us. Your pride and encouragement is very uplifting and very powerful. To the rest of the Brashear community, thank you for supporting all that we do. You find the good in the tough times and help us enjoy the special moments. You are constant reminders of why we play the games and teach or coach. We are thankful for the opportunity to represent you because we truly have the best here. Thank you to Dave Sharp of the Edina Sentinel, Kaylee McGee of KTVO, and Adam Tonino of the Kirksville Daily Express for covering this season. We appreciate the coverage each has given us this year and how they shine the spotlight on all that we are doing here. A special thank you goes out to Dave for all of his travel time and coverage. His dedication is deeply appreciated. A big thank you goes to Renee and Shandy for all that they do. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it is very much appreciated. You both have tremendous patience, wonderful memories, and true skills. Without either one of you, we would not be able to accomplish all that we do. To all the students of our school, thank you for giving your all in so many wonderful things. Each home game that you went to was all out. You made your presence felt and our team confident. We are thankful for all of your support, and thank you for always believing in us and letting everyone know who you're rooting for. To Mr. Scudder, thank you for all that you do, all of your time, and making all of our games available, especially those who can't be in attendance. Thank you, Mr. helping to make things go. To Mr. Moore, thank you for your support, listening, and encouragement. We are thankful to have you on our team. And orange and black tiger stripes look way better on you than gold and black. Thank you to Donnie Powell and Brashear Community Bible Church for the meals at before some of our home games. To the boys team, thank you for being in this together. We appreciate you being some of our loudest fans, and we were so proud of all of your accomplishments this season. Coach Followell and Coach Branson, thank you for your flexibility, support, and working with us to make this season a memorable one. Rhonda, a special thanks for all the safe travels and for keeping our book this year. To all of the parents, we appreciate your dedication to your children and our program. We know how vital our relationship is, and your commitment to our program is invaluable. We are thankful for your time, volunteering at all of the events we helped with this year, helping getting things organized and done. And most importantly, thank you for the opportunity to coach your daughters. I want to thank our managers, Alexis Sanchez, Kennedy Gray, and Audrey Irwin for being committed to us all season long. Hopped in right after your junior high season. It was a long season, but you're getting indoctrinated early. And then finally, Coach Irwin. It has been a privilege this season coaching alongside you. Your deep commitment to our kids in school burns bright. The ability you have to see in kids what they cannot yet see in themselves, and then instill that belief in them is very uplifting. You You are real and honest with all of us, challenging us to be better every day, even when we don't feel like we can. You make us believe. I appreciate your insights, ideas, and feedback, your willingness to jump in and try, even when that means scrimmaging, and your ability to make changes and learn. You are an example to our kids about giving your best effort and not worrying about what might happen, showing them how important learning and not being frozen by fear or the what-ifs is. I look forward to continuing and building our relationship in this program with you. I'd like our players to come up next, starting with our freshman, Kaylee Sizemore. This is a unique group in that there is not a senior standing up here. So I'm going to hopefully make through this speech without any tears, but I'm not going to make any guarantees, so don't do it. We're going to take a few minutes now to highlight our season and the things that we are most proud of with this group. I first want to acknowledge how insightful as well as intuitive these young ladies are, both on and off the court. We challenged you with building our green team, what that meant, looked like in action, and being held accountable to it. That's challenging. It is about learning how to be a servant leader and be aware of yourself and your teammates, not just their skills, but their emotions. We've been encouraged by our buy-in over the course of the season and how being even more all-in can improve us all. Learning how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable was one of the biggest areas of growth we saw. On the court, this looked like playing a new position because we lost Alexa for the season. Aubrey, Cassidy, Maddie, and Lacey, your roles probably changed the most that mid-December night. Aubrey, you really stepped up scoring and rebounding throughout the season. The performances that stand out the most to me were in our tournament. Your runner was in full effect that week, and you matched that effort at both ends of the floor by pulling down 16 rebounds and shooting 54% from the floor. Lacey, you handled the ball more than anticipated, to say the least, this season, and the North Missouri Knights couldn't figure out a way to stop you. Furthermore, you almost brought us all the way back in the district game versus La Plata. That last shot almost went in. This season, you averaged a double-double in 29 minutes a game. And who can forget the 2 free throws early on in the season to beat Green City at the very end of the game? Not me, because you fouled right before that. The 2 free throws were clutch. Maddie, you really came into your own in our tournament, locking down the guards from both the North Missouri Knights and Nottingham. Building off of that with an increase in your offensive production as well. Cassidy and you both took on the task of being our point guards and the pressure that comes with that position. Cass, your coast-to-coast winner versus Knox County sticks out as a highlight for sure. I think everybody wondered why I wasn't calling a timeout. The confidence you both gained from the season's opportunities should be a springboard for us into next season. Taylor, you were big for us at both ends of the floor in the Brookfield game, where we were one possession away from knocking off the #1 seed, and your presence was a big factor. You stepped into a new position for our team and worked hard to improve and push your teammates to be better. Your floater is going to be a big bonus for us moving forward. Bevan, your commitment to defense throughout the season was on display. We played Nottingham in the tournament at home. You had 2 big steals late in the game that gave us a chance. Your positive energy benefits our team daily. By not being afraid of any challenge, you push your teammates and yourself, and it is inspiring to all of us. I won't forget Paige's steal and finish in front of our bench at Nottingham. Ricky is taking pictures on the baseline, and you're at the free throw line trying really hard for no one to notice you. When you commit to just going all out, you make good things happen. Your adaptability to play and guard multiple positions this year made you a bit of a matchup nightmare for others. You can really be the difference for this team. Marissa, your commitment to give yourself for our team is the epitome of Tiger basketball. You're always ready to go, and you demonstrated that most against Novinger's big posts, being undersized but making sure that they felt your presence on your box outs, drives, and loose balls. Your teammates have taken notice and know that they have to keep up. Being versatile has been a strength of this group over the course of the season, and Heidi is a great representation of that. She's able to guard multiple positions and score against a variety of defenders in different places. She's willing to do whatever her team needs in order to be its best. We really got to see flashes of those abilities in the district game versus La Plata when she was tasked with guarding their best player throughout much of the game. She also managed to pull down 6 rebounds in that game. Your complete buy-in to playing hard at both ends is what Lady Tiger basketball stands for. We expect we are all committed to the team above self, and Kaylee Sizemore reflects this. Practice was a place where she challenged herself and her teammates and really showed improvement. You were always ready when your time came, especially in the game against Brunswick. You were determined to be a rebounder and defend. Unfortunately, the injury and illness bug bit us very hard. We lost Lana to start the season, and then a few short weeks later, Alexa. Lana, you shared your perspective and helped your teammates where you could. Alexa, you were just starting to find your shooting touch in the Lynn County game, and I know that big things were on the horizon. But we appreciated you staying committed to the team and remaining present through that challenging time. You provided insight and experience to your younger teammates. I know what you're capable of when you put your mind to it, and look forward to seeing you accomplish great things. This year we had players receive several in-season and postseason awards. First, Lacey Fisher was named the KIRX Graphic Impressions Athlete of the Week for the week of January 27th for her performances against Buckle-Macon County, Brashear, and in the Milan tournament. And in February, Lacey and Aubrey were both named to the Brashear All-Tournament team. Then on Saturday, January 11th, versus the North Missouri Knights, Lacey Fisher secured her 600th rebound. She joins the elite rebounding company to the likes of Alexa Higgins, Christina Scudder, Brooke Kelsey, Dana Moyer, Sarah Williams, Brandy Platts Schneider, Carissa Salter, Brooke and Brittany Selby, Tracy Darnell, Brady Childress, and Sarah Irwin. Lacey Fisher was selected second team all-conference. And Maddie Moots was selected to the all-defensive team. Following the district tournament, Lacey Fisher was selected to the coaches all-district team and the Northeast Media all-district team voted on by members of the Missouri Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association. Now for our awards. The recipients of the following awards were voted on by both players and selected by coaches. Our first award is our Lug Nut Award. This goes to the player who does the most to hold the team together and is a steady presence both on and off the court for our team. The Lug Nut does many of the immeasurable things that don't show up in a box score, being an encourager, accountability partner, and communicator. They are an extension of the coaches on the floor. They see the game and understand what the team needs and when they need it. This player has the ability to interact with all of her teammates, getting them to see what they need to do and that they can. She had one of her best games facilitating our offense the second time that we played Kirksville. She's learned to be a strong leader and accept the challenges that entails. And this makes Cassidy Altides this year's recipient. Our next award is for Most Improved Player. The winner of this award accepts constructive criticism and stays pursuant in her goal of being a better player that contributes to her team in a multitude of ways throughout the season. This young lady took on the role of defensive stopper this season, oftentimes drawing the assignment of guarding the other team's best ball handler. Over the last 8 games, she also improved her offensive prowess, averaging 5 shots, 2 assists, and over 28 minutes per game, as well as 2 steals. Her 4 steals and 3 assists against Novinger demonstrated her versatility. She's tenacious, coachable, and competitive, and is going to be someone to reckon with in this conference. This year's Most Improved Player is Maddie Moots. Our next award is the 6th Tiger Award. This player's playing time, though limited, makes a positive contribution to the team through attitude and example. She shows up for her team, giving her all in practice and being ready when her number is called. She encourages her teammates in tough moments and celebrates our successes. We know the importance of teamwork and effort regardless of how great your skills are. Everyone brings something to the team or they bring it down. Getting rebounds and deflections against the likes of Fountain, McCabe, and Snow, this athlete backs down from no one, and she really learned how to use her strength. 6th Tiger is a very consistent player, whether it's defending bigger players or being an outside offensive threat. She is always there to do whatever is asked, and never gives less than she is capable, and is constantly setting the tone for effort that the rest of the team should follow. Marissa McMahon is the season's 6th Tiger Award. Our next award is our Most Valuable Player. The winner of this award has demonstrated the following throughout the season: consistent high level of performance, a servant leader, illustrates a positive attitude and enthusiastic approach to the team. This year's recipient led us in all statistic categories except for 3-point field goal percentage. She led us with 42% from 58% from the free throw line, 15 points per game, 29 minutes per game, 11 rebounds per game, 2 assists, 4 deflections, 4 steals, and 1 block. To receive this award, you have to bring all you can to your performance and inspire others to win. You must be pursuant in your goals and encourage your teammates to follow you. Lacey Fisher does that, and that's why she's this year's MVP. Our next award is the Hustle and Heart Award. The player who demonstrates the most consistent effort, maintains a positive attitude by pushing herself and her teammates every day with a fearless and relentless mindset. She is always invested in the team, inspiring teammates to work harder and together. This athlete is a competitor through and through. Players who receive this award are great overall players, but receive the award for their investment in hustle, dedication to the meaning of Lady Tiger, and teamwork. Their effort is never in question, and commitment to their team always superior. This year's recipient of the Hustle and Heart Award is Lacey Fisher. Our final award tonight is the Tiger Award. The player awarded this exemplifies the attributes of team first, positive attitude, and sportsmanship, and is a role model with great integrity. This player is always willing to step up and help out to benefit the team. She has a selflessly positive attitude that is contagious. She works hard to make everyone around her better and is willing to sacrifice for the good of the team. She showed growth in her ability to play new positions this season and be one of our team's best shot blockers. This athlete is a true team player, plays to the highest of their skill level, and always tries to improve their game, which is why Taylor Garlock is this year's recipient. Yep, this group of young women does not fall lightly on me. I cherish each of the moments I had with you individually and collectively. I am proud of the growth we made throughout the last year and look forward to us raising the bar and reaching greater heights. Thank you to committing to our program, your teammates, school, family, and most importantly, yourselves. You're more capable than you know. Just keep trying. Do not be afraid of giving your all and still falling short. We will get back up and strive not to fall short the next time. With 3 players heading into their senior season, all our hopes are high for what this group can do. With commitment to being hardworking, resilient, and positively selfless, anything is truly possible. Push one another to show up and give your best effort and get better. Together we can. We all have to believe. Thank you very much, and I'd like to give Coach Followell the mic.
First, I'd like to thank our scores table, bus drivers, and bookkeepers for all that they've done for us. At this time, I'd like to ask if they're here, Gage Gray, Justin Robeson, Lily McKim, Bailey Crandall, and Lana Vansickle to please stand. So, Gage did all of the live streaming at all of our home games. Justin sat on the bench with us and helped with water bottles at all of our home games. Lily and Bailey did waters and videoed all of our games on Huddle and pretty much anything else I asked. And then Lana was always there with us. After the girls' game, she'd come back and she'd sit on our bench and do the stats on the iPad. So we thank you very much for all of your help. Thank you to each of you for your help in being with us on our journey. Thank you to everyone who took pictures and videos during our games. We'll be able to look back on this season especially and relive these these memories forever. Special thanks to the Brashear Booster Club. So the team, coaching staff, and I, we greatly appreciate you guys paying for the students to be able to go to our district championship game, for the towels that you made for the players and the coaches. These will be a treasured memory. Thank you to the parents of these boys. Thank you for giving up more time with your children or child to let them be a part of something special, which is the Brashear boys basketball family. At this time, I'd like to call you to the junior high boys up to receive their bars, and then just please stay up here. So, 6th grade, I have Corwin Norton. Brayden Dixon. And Landon James. 7th grade, I had Kate Erwin. This year's junior high team finished the season with a record of 1-10. We did not get skunked. I had a brand new team this year. I think Coach Nelson said it earlier. Junior high kind of got changed this year with MSHSAA making it 6th grade involved, which I think is great, giving those younger kids an opportunity to play. So we had a completely new junior high team this year. So this year's junior high team, like I said, finished 1-10. Brand new team. We had 6 boys that busted their tails. They soaked in everything that was thrown at them. They had a desire to improve and show people what they were capable of. This made my job easy, as they were always ready to compete. I challenged them every day to get better and believe in themselves and just trust the process. I'm so proud of these boys for their heart, determination, and grit to just never give up. Thank you, boys, for all the time and effort you put into making this a memorable season. Thank you. You'll get track later. Thank you, guys. Now I'd like to announce the high school players by grade, if they would come to the front as well. Freshman, Caden Taylor. Noah Sheep. And Cole Irwin. Juniors, Carson Irwin. David Knight. Lindsay Noel. And Jack Reeves. Seniors, Avery Zentz. Alex Houghton. Landon Fisher. And Lucas Keller. We finished the season at 16-13. This was the best record since 2008-2009. This was the first winning season since then as well. We placed third at the Brashear tournament with a win over Novinger. We went into districts as the number 3 seed after a hard-fought battle to get that. Novinger thought they deserved it. We proved them wrong later that day. We beat them for third place. We went into districts as a 3 seed, beat the number 6 seed of the plate in the opening round. We then went on to beat the number 2 seed in North Shelby in the district semifinals to advance to the district championship game for the first time in 14 years. We had several amazing accomplishments throughout the season. I entered 12 new stats into the MSHSAA record books. Cole finished the season with 312 points, which puts him 17th in the state for total points in the freshman season. He averaged 10.76 points per game, which is 18th for points per game during the freshman season. Carson scored 23 points in the first quarter against Madison on homecoming, which puts him at number 18 for total points in a quarter. In the same game, he had 27 points in the half, which is tied for 39th. Also in that game, he finished with 41 points, which is tied for 95th all-time for points in the game, all of which is in the MSHSAA record books. He made 7 threes in the first quarter to put him in a tie for second in the state for the most threes made in a quarter. I'd also like to make note that in that homecoming game, Carson set the new school record for the amount of threes made in a game at 11. This is a testament to his work ethic as well as to his teammates, as all those threes came off of a pass from one of these teammates up here. His 11 threes tied him for 13th overall in MSHSAA for made threes in the game. His average is 18.93 points, which puts him at 14th for average points per game. Carson finished the season with 549 points, which puts him at 14th for points in the season. We also made the record book as a team. For that homecoming game on February 3rd, 2023, we are tied at number 8 for most threes in a quarter at 8. Tied at number 33 for most threes in a game with 15. And with 11 threes and a half, we are number 1. That's all of the MSHSAA record books. You can go online and fact check it. Yeah. We also have some players that earned postseason awards. Those that made all conference were Carson Irwin's second team. Cole Irwin, honorable mention. And Jack Reeves, all-conference defensive team. Those making the Missouri basketball Basketball Coaches Association Class 1 District 11 All-District Team were Carson Irwin and Cole Irwin. Lucas Keller made the All-District Honorable Mention Team. Lucas was also named to the Brashear All-Tournament Team. Carson was named to the Milan All-Tournament Team. Carson also made the All-District Team of the Northeast District of the Missouri Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association. He earned the Freeman Financial and Insurance Player of the Game for the district game against La Plata on 2/20/2023, and the KIRX Graphic Impressions Player of the Week for the week of January 31st through February 3rd, whenever we played homecoming game against Madison. So congrats. I have several statistical-based awards to hand out next. I can tell you mine are not as complicated as Coach Blything's. The first is for the person that led us in points per game, so with an average of 18.93 points per game, this award goes to Carson Irwin. Next is the player with the best field goal percentage throughout the season. The highest this season was 44%, and that was Avery Zentz. The next award is for the person who averaged the most rebounds per game. With an average of 7.8 boards per game, this goes to Lucas Keller. Next is the highest average of assists per game. With an average of 2.6 assists per game, this goes to Jack Reeves. I'd just like to make note that with those statistical awards, you don't see any repeats. Okay? That's a testament to how well-rounded our team is and why we were so successful and why we were able to make it to that district championship game. On any given night, anyone can step up, and we showed that, between sickness and injuries. We showed that we were resilient throughout the whole season. My next award goes to the player who made the most threes throughout the season. Do we really need to say it? No, I'm just kidding. Carson made 69 three-pointers this season, putting him third on the school leaderboard for made threes in the season. Don't worry, he already has the #1 spot from last year with 81. Yes, Katie, you have the highest three-point percentage. At this time, I'd like to make note that Carson earned his 1,000 points on February 11th, 2023 during our third place game in the Brashear tournament against Navajo. Carson is fourth all-time for the most points scored in the game with 41 on that homecoming night against Madison. He's fourth on the all-time leaderboard for most points in the season, 549 this season, and 10th on there as well with 453 last season. He's first on the leaderboard for number of three-pointers made in a game with 11. He's also tied for fourth with 6 made threes 2 different times. With the season of his career still to go, Carson sits atop the leaderboard for career three-pointers. The previous record of 166 was set by Jason Shemp from 1992 to 1996. Carson has 169 and counting. The next set of awards were all voted on by the players themselves. The first award is Offensive Player of the Year. This goes to Carson Irwin. Next, we have the other side of the game with Defensive Player of the Year. This award goes to Jack Reeves. This next award is for the person that the players believe has the most potential. That person is Cole Irwin. The next award is called the Heart and Hustle Award. This is for the player that goes all out, all the time, and has one of the biggest hearts for the team. This award goes to Alex Houghton. Side note about Alex, I'm never going to forget the day of the district championship we're talking like morning walk in the building. Alex is fired up. Coach, we're going to ship. We're going to ship. Every time I saw him in the hallway, we're going to the ship, baby. All day long. Next is the dedication award. This goes to the player that not only works hard to practice, but on their own as well. This year's dedication award goes to Carson Irwin. Next is the leadership award. This goes to a player that is not only a leader on the court, but off as well. This is a player that is a role model for younger players coming up. Their leadership award goes to Carson Irwin. Where's K-Dad? There's a reason why he made 11 and didn't just stop at 8, which was the record. It's because he thinks you're going to beat him. The next award goes to the most valuable player. This person's effort was undeniable. This is someone who pursues their goals as well as pushes those around him to achieve theirs. This season's MVP is Carson Irwin. My last award is decided by the coaching staff. This is for the most improved player. This person really came out of their shell as the season went on. Although he may not have gotten the most playing time in games, he was a huge asset in practice. He became more and more aggressive by driving and not being afraid to shoot the ball. He progressed developmentally throughout the season as his shot and his defense kept getting better and better. This year's most improved player is Noah Shannon. We had 4 seniors this year. Alex Houghton, Avery Zentz, Landon Fisher, and Lucas Keller. I want to personally thank you for your hard work and dedication helping this team achieve great things over my last 2 years here. I wish you all the best of luck with your future endeavors. So at this time, I'd like to present each of you with a shadow box that contains a jersey with your last name embroidered on it. Your teammates have all signed it, as well as your coaches, and some pictures to help capture some of the highlights of the season. Before you leave, you need one of these to be able to hang it up on the wall. Don't worry, I'll give it to your parents. Okay. There is one person that I owe a special thanks to. She did a lot for the players in the program. Stop it, Lauren. She helped me in more ways than I can count. I appreciate her old school approach to the game. Throughout the season, we bounced ideas off each other, and she was never afraid to put her nose to the grind, figuratively and literally. For those of you that don't know, we're at practice one day, and all of a sudden we just hear, and we look, and Rhonda's laying face down next to the stage, and she like drug her whole face down the stage, trying to catch a ball. So that's what I mean by figuratively and literally. She was a great asset to the program and myself, and I appreciate her very much. So thank you, Coach Rhonda, for everything. determination this season, as well as last. Thank you for being coachable and allowing me the opportunity to coach you. No matter the circumstances, you always fought hard and never gave up. Thank you, Brashear community, for your love and support. This experience has been a blessing, and I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be a part of building this program, and it's something I will cherish for a lifetime. Thanks again, boys and Coach Rhonda, for allowing me to be on this journey and for an amazing ride. Thank you. Next up is Coach Irwin with track.
Good evening. Our track season has been a very busy one. We can thank Mother Nature for cooperating with our schedule and not canceling a single meet. After last year's marvelous Missouri weather, we loaded up our schedules, so we've been very busy. We've had a great track season. As you're about to hear, we had 31 junior high and high school athletes sign on for a season of running for fun. I would like to first thank our managers, Bailey Randall and Taylor Houghton. They made sure to video our athletes, get them what they need, and then get those videos to Mr. Scudder without us even knowing they did it. So that was awesome. Thank you, Mr. Scudder, for posting all our results in our media. Thank you to our bus drivers, Renee and Shandy, the Booster Club, and our administrators. We could not do this without you. We appreciate everyone for the support given to the track team, especially our parents. Now, I will give you a glimpse into the numbers game of track. I will begin with the junior high track teams. This year, we added an entire grade to our team as sixth grade was eligible to participate. At times, the energy and the amount of kids seemed overwhelming, but also very exciting. When I call your name, please come forward. Kennedy Gray. Kennedy competed in the shot put, discus, 100 and 200 meter dashes. Her personal best in shot came at the last meet at Milan with a throw of 7.52 meters. Her discus personal best was obtained at Schuyler County meet on April 14th with a throw of 20.28 meters, placing her second at that meet. Kennedy earned medals in the disc this year. Elise Salter. Elise participated in the 100 and 200 meter dashes as well as long jump. She constantly got better with every meet. Her best long jump was a distance of 3.03 meters at the Tri-County Conference meet in La Plata. For our sixth grade girls, Audrey Irwin. Audrey ran the 400 meter dash and the 800 meter run, as well as the 100 meter hurdles. She also competed in long and triple jump. Audrey ran her fastest 400 in 1 minute 15 seconds and the 800 in 3 minutes 10 seconds, both at the La Plata Invitational. Her PR in long jump also came from that meet with a jump of 3.51 meters. She triple jumped 7.3 meters at the Tri-County meet. Audrey earned medals for the 800, 400, and triple jump. Maddie competed in the shot put
Maddie's best throws were 5.03 meters in shot and 12.82 meters in discus, happening at La Plata and Knox County, respectively. Aubrey Newland. Aubrey participated in shot put, discus, and the 100-meter dash. Aubrey's best shot put performance was 4.71 meters at the Tri-County Conference meet. Her personal best discus throw was 7.57 meters at the Atlanta Junior High Invitation. That is our junior high girls team. You can stay up here. And now for our boys, beginning with the 7th graders, Kate Irwin. Ran the 1600-meter run and was part of the 1600-meter relay team. Cade's jump of 1.35 meters happened twice during the season, both occurring at La Plata track meets. His fastest mile run was at the Schuyler County meet. And he was getting faster every meet, and if it wouldn't have been for that darn neighbor's trampoline, I think it would have gotten even better. Kate earned medals in the mile and the 1600-meter relay. Tegan Gorman. Tegan competed in long jump, the 400-meter dash, the 4x400-meter relay, and the 1600-meter run. Tegan's fastest performances were 1 minute 10 seconds in the 400 and 5:53 in the mile. His longest jump was 3.46 meters. Tegan earned medals in the 1600-meter relay, the 400, and the mile. Hayden McNamar. Hayden ran the shot and disc and ran the 200-meter dash this season. Hayden mostly threw shot and had his best performance in that event at Knox County with a throw of 5.81 meters. His fastest 200-meter dash was also obtained at the Knox County meet. Caden's best discus throw was 14.94 meters. And just a side note, if anyone wants to keep track, or you can just Google meters to feet to understand what this all really means, because we have that saved on our phones. So, Gus Snow. Also a member of the 1600-meter relay team. Gus tossed the disc 15.99 meters at the La Plata meet at the end of March. His fastest 100-meter dash time also came at the meet. Gus got his 400-meter dash time down to a season best of 1 minute 20. He earned medals in the 1600-meter relay. Those are our 7th grade boys. We have 4 6th grade boys as part of our team as well. Caden Gorman. Caden found his way to our middle distance roll. He ran the mile, the 800, and was a member of the 4x400-meter relay. He also participated in long jump. He ran his personal best 800 at the conference meet with a time of 2:58. His time of 5:53 in the mile happened at the meet in Knox County. He and his teammates in the 4x400-meter relay ran their best time at the La Plata meet. Caden earned medals in the 800 and the 1600-meter relay. Corwin tried out several different events during the season. He tried the 100 hurdles, the 100 and 200-meter dashes, and the long and triple jump. Caden showed great tenacity in the hurdles, as they are tall and, well, he's just not. Yet, Corwin ran his best 100-meter in 17.96 seconds. His best jump in triple was 6.26 meters, and in long was 3.45 meters. Braden Peterson. Braden competed in shot, disc, long, and the 800-meter run, the 200-meter and 400-meter dashes. Some of Braden's highlights include throwing the disc 17.64 meters at the Atlanta Junior High Invitational, jumping 3.21 meters in La Plata, and running a 3:39.800 race. Landon Shannon. Landon threw shot and disc for the team this year, as well as running the 100-meter dash. Landon's best performance in disc was at the Tri-County Conference meet. He threw 12.49 meters. His personal best in shot was 4.33 meters at the Atlanta Junior High Invitational. Every year we award our top 3 point earners for each team. This year, our 3rd place junior high female athlete is Aubrey Newland. Our 3rd place male athlete, Caden Gorman. And 2nd place, Kennedy Gray and Tegan Gorman. Our top scoring female athlete for the junior high side with 80 points for the season is Audrey Irwin. Who scored 53 points is Cade Irwin. Congratulations, guys. And now for our varsity athletes. And I do have to say, you can get lost in the numbers game in track because while there are team standings and team awards, it's also about the individuals. And we have had a lot of fun this season. Sometimes the numbers tend to bog you down, and I was there at one point and had a little bit of an aha moment. I had gotten behind it. If you notice, the kids don't get their medals after each week. We save them and give them to them here. It can be a long meet or a long season, and so I got behind in filing the medals. And so one night spent some time doing that, and it was really fun to see how much success we truly had this season for both the junior high and the high school. As we continue to hand out medals, you guys will see just how successful our student athletes are. All right, just as the junior high students did varsity, please join me up front when your name is called. Our varsity girls team was small, but full of passion, good spirits, and competitive drive. First, we have Alexa Borgmeyer. We were excited to have Alexa back after her injury in basketball took her out for a while. Lex ran the 200 and 400 meter dashes this season. She worked to persevere through her injury and time off to run her best times of 30 seconds in the 200 and a minute 10 in the 400. Lex medaled in the 400 meter dash this year. Aubrey Borgman. Aubrey ran the 400 meter dash and threw the javelin, and when the meet allowed, she was part of our awesome throwers relay. Aubrey has had a very successful javelin season thus far. She has placed first or second in every meet she's competed in. She has posted and broke her personal record 5 times this season. Last Saturday, Aubrey placed second at the Class 1 District 3 meet in Glasgow with a throw of 35.86 meters. That qualified her to compete in the sectional meet this coming Saturday at South Shelby High School. On May 4th in Knox County, Aubrey threw her latest personal best of 36.56 meters, or 119.94 feet. This throw broke the school record of 115 feet 2 inches, previously set in 2019. Aubrey, we would like to congratulate you on this accomplishment and tell you how proud we are of you. This has been a goal of hers since she started throwing. She has worked extremely hard to achieve this milestone, and the best is yet to come. Congratulations. Marissa was one of the few that at the beginning of the season actually asked to run. She worked hard to do her best in the 200, not only for track, but because she knew it would help her in other sports as well. Marissa also threw shot and disc and javelin, and was another member of our throwers relay. And for those of you who aren't sure what that is, it is a co-ed relay. It is a lot of fun. It's for throwers only, and we're pretty darn fast at it. Marissa's personal best marks were as follows: discus 20.48 meters, shot put 7.32 meters, and javelin a mark of 23.83 meters at the Tri-County Conference meet, which earned her a medal. Maddie started out with the ball of fire that she is, but was quickly extinguished due to injury. Maddie competed in the 200-meter dash, 300 hurdles, the long and triple jumps. Maddie's personal best in hurdles came at the Knox County meet at the end of March with a time of 1.01 seconds, shaving off nearly 16 seconds from the meet before. Maddie's personal best in triple jump occurred at the La Plata Invitational meet with a jump of 8.29 meters. Maddie was only able to participate in 3 meets, only one of which being a medal meet this year. But still, she earned points in 2 of the 3 meets, and she came to practice every day and helped the younger kids out, and we thank her for that. Kaylee competed in the 800-meter run, the mile, and triple jump throughout the course of the season. Kaylee's best 800 was obtained at the Atlanta Invitational, held on the 12th of April, with a time of 3.03 seconds. Excuse me, 3 minutes, 03 seconds. Kaylee ended her season on a great note, setting a new personal record for herself in triple jump, with a jump of 7.81 meters. And now our varsity boys track team. First we have Aiden Carpenter. Aiden found himself running a lot of different events this year. Mostly, he ran the 110-meter hurdles and the 300 hurdles. Aiden worked very hard to better his form and his times. Aiden's 110 hurdle time of 20.93 seconds occurred at the Atlanta Invitational meet. He saved his best 300-meter hurdle time for the last meet of the year, running at 53.24 at the district meet. And I note that was the second time that day he had to run it because another athlete fell in front of him. And so he ran by himself on the track second time to get that. Aiden also on occasion ran the 100 and 200 meter dashes and was a member of the 4x2 and the 4x1 relay teams. He earned medals in both hurdle races and the 4x1. Carson Irwin. Carson was a new addition to the track program this year, having not gone out since the COVID season. Carson was a member of the 4x4, 4x8, and 4x2 relay teams. He also ran the Open 400 on a regular basis. Carson competed for the good of the team in the 3,200 meter run at conference. Carson's best performance in the Open 4 was at Milan, where he ran the lap in 56.82 seconds. We will talk more about relays at the end. Carson
Carson earned medals in the 4x4, 400 meter dash, 4x800 meter dash, and that awesome 2-mile run. Cole also found himself in a variety of events throughout the season. He competed in high jump, 800, and the 4x4, 4x8, and 4x200 meter relays. Cole tied his highest jump both times he participated with a height of 1.45 meters. His best 800 time was at the Truman State University meet. Cole earned medals in the 800, 4x8, high jump, and 4x4. Landon Fisher. Competed in javelin, long jump, triple jump, and the 4x200 meter relay. He was also a member of that great throwers relay team. Landon's biggest achievement thus far in the season was at Milan, where he broke his own school record with a throw of 42.53 meters. Meters, and his best triple jump was 10.51 meters at the district meet this past Saturday. Landon earned medals in javelin, 4x2, triple jump, and 4x4. Landon qualified for the sectional meet on Saturday in the javelin. Alex Houghton. Track team after taking a year off. Alex brought a lot of energy to the team. He competed in the open 200 and 400 meter dashes, as well as the 4x2, 4x4, and 4x800 meter relay teams. To date, his best times in the 200 and 400 are 23.9 seconds and 52.98 seconds, both occurring at the hottest meet of the year, districts last Saturday. Sectionals in the 2, 4, and 4x400 meter relays. Alex earned medals in the 200, 400, 4x4, and 4x8. Jacob Love. Jacob earned 200 meter dashes as well as the 4x1 and 4x200 meter relays. His fastest 100 meter dash time was 14.23 seconds. And was run at the district meet. His 27.8-second 200-meter dash time occurred at the Milan Invitational. Jacob medaled in the 4x1 and 4x200-meter relays. Clancy Newton. Clancy ran the 800, 1600, 4x4, and 4x800-meter relays. His fastest 800 time of the year was 2 minutes 27 seconds at the Knox County Track meet in May. His personal record in the mile was at the conference meet with a time of 6 minutes 12 seconds. He medaled in the 4x800 meter relay and is an alternate on the 4x400 meter relay that will compete this Saturday. Anthony sprinted for the team this year. He competed in the 100, 200, 400, 4x2, and 4x4 relays. He ran a 12:31 100-meter dash at the Atlanta Invitational and a 56.45 400 at the Knox County Invitational. Anthony medaled in the 400, 4x2, and 4x4. Jacob Snyder. Jacob was our Energizer Bunny, running the long-distance events. Jacob competed in the 800, the 1600, and the 3200 meter runs. When Jacob ran all 3 events, he ran 3.5 miles at a meet. He was the only one that had the option to say, "Hey coach, I want to scratch," and we just let him. He also ran on the 4x800 meter relay team. Jacob PR'd in the 800 at the Scotland County meet with a time of 2 minutes 32 seconds. At the Kirksville meet with a time of 5 minutes 32 seconds in the mile, and with a time of 11 minutes 34 seconds in the 2 mile at the Knox County meet. Jacob medaled this year in the 2 mile. Caden is another one of our sprinters and jumpers. He ran the 100 and 200 as well as the 4x2 and 4x100 relays. He long and high jumped as well. Caden ran his best 100 at the district meet this past Saturday with a time of 13:76. He accomplished his personal best in the 200 at the meet in Kirksville with a time of 26.96 seconds. His longest long jump of the season came at Milan with a jump of 4.91 meters. Caden medaled in the 4x1, 4x2, and high jump. Nate Triplett. But when it comes down to it, he will run if we ask him to. He throws shot put, discus, and runs that thrower's relay. He even ran in the 4x100 meter relay at the conference meet. As most say, Nate's pretty fast for his size. We haven't convinced him of that late. Nate's best discus throw of the season thus far was 41.46 meters at the Knox County meet. His best shot put at 13.11 meters occurred at the conference meet. Nate has qualified for sectionals in both the shot put and discus, winning both at the Class 1 District 3 meet on Saturday in Glasgow. Nate medaled in shot and disc this year. He also ran the 4x2, the 800, and the mile, as well as the 110 hurdles. Riley's best posted times were 26.96 and 1 minute 4 seconds in the 2 hurdle events, with his fastest mile time at 7 minutes 23 seconds. Riley medaled in the 4x200 meter relay and the 300 hurdles. Now, let's talk relays. We had a lot of gentlemen running different relays depending on the day. The teams changed based on baseball games and individual events. It was fun for us as coaches to be able to put these teams together and strategize on who would do best in what. This was somewhat of a new experience for us, at least for Coach Gregory and I, as we've not always had the personnel to be able to do that. All of the athletes were willing to step in wherever they were needed. The boys 4x4 team of Anthony, Cole, Carson, and Alex was one of our most successful teams. They placed first at conference and fourth at the district meet, qualifying them for the sectional meet. One moment I remember most about this team happened at the first meet in Kirksville, the Snowshoe Classic. As you can imagine by its name, it was a little cold, and it was dark as it was the last race of the night. The race started, and I was standing near the finish line. As the first runners entered the backstretch, I hear the Paris coaches go, "Who is that?" It was Anthony, zooming by everyone. The boys went on to win that race and definitely got noticed. Our 4x2 team that was comprised of several different athletes earned several medals as well. So thank you guys for being flexible and running where we needed you to run. In track and field means you have to place first at the conference meet. Our Aubrey. Aubrey was all conference in javelin, and this is the 3rd consecutive year she has done that. Alex, the 400 meter dash and the 1600 meter relay. Anthony Shaw, 1600 meter relay. Cole Irwin, 1600 meter relay. Carson Irwin, 1600 meter relay. And Nate Triplett in the shot and disc. Individuals earning all district awards are those who qualified for sectionals. They have to be in the top 4, and I believe we had 15 or 16 teams.
15 or 16 teams last Saturday that we competed against. So those individuals earning all district awards are Alex in the 200, the 400, and the 4x4. In javelin. Brandon in javelin. Larson in the 1600 meter relay. Cole in the 1600 meter relay. Anthony in the 1600 meter relay. Nate in shot and disc. All of those individuals will be competing this Saturday at South Shelby High School as part of the sectional meet in their bid for state. So we will be there all day. So if you are bored, come on out. This year, we are able to give our top scoring awards, some of them at least, with it being a little later in the season. So our top scoring individuals on the girls' side. Third place, Kaylee. Second place, Alexa. And first place, Aubrey. I did not give Aubrey's total points because she's still going strong. On the boys' side, we can only announce the top individual as the second and third places are still too close to call. Our top scoring male athlete for the 2023 track season is Nate Triplett. At this time, I want to take the opportunity to recognize our seniors, Anthony Shaw, Landon Fisher, and Alex Houghton. The dedication, and definitely the enthusiasm that you guys bring to our team and to the sport of track and field. For those of you who have never watched, you can imagine Alex, he's always hyped. Anthony runs through anything. And Landon, well, he's our assistant coach because he's coaching on those runners every chance he gets. Good luck as you move to that next chapter. On behalf of all the track coaches, I want to say thank you. We have truly had a blast this season coaching each of you. We are excited to keep the season going and can't wait for future seasons. Thank you.
MSHSAA firmly believes that a positive role model such as the individuals that win this award can positively influence the actions of others in their school, their teammates, younger students, opponents, and even spectators. Since few things bring schools and communities together like high school activities, the actions you display in competitions goes a long way to influence others' perceptions. By taking the responsible steps and displaying positive sportsmanship, they're helping to rekindle the spirit of citizenship and are serving as a positive representative of their school and community. Administrators and coaches have selected these people for this honor because of their exemplary display of sportsmanship. This award goes to one senior boy and one senior girl. This year's Award of Excellence for exemplary display of sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity